All right, so I think the first thing I want to make sure is working is that you can hear me because I'm using a microphone and I want to make sure that it's connected properly. I did all of the steps to make sure I'm using StreamYard and I'm using the free aspect of it mainly because I want to show people how you can do a lot of this stuff with no money. With not a dime, how to invest in yourself and in your business and the things that you want to do without putting a lot of money or no money into it. So good. Everyone can hear me fine and clear. Welcome, Brenda. You're from North Carolina. Hey, good to see you here. Anyone else, if you can or able to, please comment in the area or the comment area. I feel like I haven't done this in so long, but please comment, let me know where you're from, and let me know that you can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to be long because it's going to be on YouTube, and this is where people are going to be hearing this video over and over again because it is a training video. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and get started. I don't want to remove that. I want to add that. There we go. Asset recovery training. Learning to earn money by helping others. This is something that a lot of us are probably having a little bit of concerns about, like making money, the way the economy is changing, the way our laws and politics are distracting us from being able to do those things. Social media having its ups and downs, having its so-called good and bad aspects of it. It is a necessary evil. But with all of that said and all of these things that are going on, the main issue, problem that all of us are concerned about is stability and making money to have that stability, because things are changing. Jobs are hard to find now. And for some of us that are older and overqualified, to be realistic, it's hard for us to find a job. So now we're pushed into the spotlight of becoming an entrepreneur. And businesses nowadays, we're learning how they're ran. And by the way that businesses are ran now, a lot of us are like, we don't want to do business that way because it becomes a corporate thing. And then you have to deal with different people and their lifestyles and what's going on with them, especially if you're like me and I'm a caring person. You have to deal with all of that. And it's like, you know what? Let's just learn how to be self-sufficient. Let's just learn how to be solo entrepreneurs. So let's talk about the asset recovery training. This is something that is my profession. Now, I will speak on the differences of how I feel about the words professional or being a professor or profession. And then there's the other word that's expert that I use. Those are the two words that I use to help you understand where my mind frame and where my background is when I use those words. So I'll mention that a little bit later. But let's just give you an understanding of what we're going to be talking about today. So I have an agenda. My foundation is love, and my agenda is making sure you know what's going on. I'm full transparent person. So with that said, this is a YouTube training. You already know that. I'm going to get right into the aspects of what this training is, which is the asset recovery business. I want to do that first. Then we will discuss the role of the asset recovery advocate. So make sure you have paper and pen out for this one, or you could just always come back to the video because it's going to be on YouTube pretty much forever. And then we'll talk about me, because usually in webinars, and I don't know if any of you experienced this, when you go to webinars, the first thing they do is tell you about their life story and about themselves. And I don't mind doing that. But usually me, I'm a person that likes to go to a webinar or a training and I want to know the information first. Then I can kind of get to know you through that information, and then you can go ahead and tell me what your life story is. So I'm doing that after the whole point. And then the referral opportunity, because I have a referral opportunity that I'm adding with this, and I'll explain to you about that a little bit more in detail when we get to that point. Then how you can get started with me in this particular business. I'm only focusing on one aspect of it so that it's easier. And then questions and answers, I'll leave time at the end for that. If you have any questions now, even in the middle of me going through this information, don't be afraid to type it in the comment area. I'll get to that after I'm done with presenting all of the information that you need to know for this training. So, hope everyone understands everything that's going on. So, what is the asset recovery business? I can't wait to share with you how I came across this. But the Solopreneurs Academy is going to be focusing on two types of training, and they're the training that you need to do in any form of business. But Solopreneurs Academy focuses on tax, lien, foreclosure, surplus funds. That's the only thing that I'll be focusing on. It's good for the inexperienced, and it has the lowest barrier of entry to get started because you are working with the governmental system. This is where everything is transferring from the government completely having full control, even though there are people who have that control, to it being open to us through technology so that we can control the way we need to help others and to help ourselves. So the Solopreneurs Academy is only focusing on tax lien foreclosures. There are other forms of assets that you can help people recover. And that could be property, that can be real estate, that can be an estate, a will, that could be money from bank accounts, money that came from bankruptcy that was unclaimed. Any type of unclaimed funds from the government is an asset that you can recover. So this is a piece of the wealth transfer that's happening. And what's happening is there's many of us who do what we do. There's a person that's on here that does what she does in order to help lead us into that transferring of the wealth and being able to invest it into other people. So now that you know only what I'll be focusing and teaching and training on in this training, and from then on is only on tax lien foreclosures, because it's easy for a person, by one person, to do this. You don't need a team to do this. You may need two other people, but I'll explain more into that. But you don't need a team to do this. You can do this all by yourself. And I've been doing it myself, and I'm going to share with everyone else on how I do this. So what is a tax lien foreclosure? So now you know there's many different types of assets that you can, let's throw this out. I can't wait to tell you guys about what I've been experiencing, because my phone is going to be crazy for a second. Let me see something. There we go. So what is a tax lien foreclosure? A tax lien foreclosure happens when someone doesn't pay property taxes that they owe to the government. So I'm reading this just so you'll be clear. The government then puts a lien on that property, which means they have to claim it, or they have claim to it. If the taxes still are not paid, because there is a period where that person can recover that or avoid the foreclosure lien by paying the taxes or selling the home. That's what they can do. If the taxes are still not paid from one of those two ways of doing it, the government can take away the property and sell it to someone else to make the money back. That's what a tax lien foreclosure is. So you didn't pay taxes. So a lot of people aren't paying taxes for two reasons. One, they can't afford it. And then two, we're starting to learn, okay, what am I paying taxes for and why? So people are diving into this information age and getting a better understanding of why things are the way that they are. And there are those of us that are taking the lead and teaching in that aspect, so you can do it for yourself as a business, or you can do it with a team if that's what you choose to do, because community is about to be the new thing now. So that's what a tax lien foreclosure is. You don't pay the taxes, government can take it home, sell it, and make that money back. Now, what happens after a tax lien foreclosure? Because if you haven't paid the taxes and you're unable to do so, and you haven't sold the home in order to cover that, That means the government is going to do it for you. So that means after a tax lien foreclosure, the government sells the property to someone else to get that money that is owed. The new owner pays for the taxes, and this is where we're talking about real estate agents, investing companies. There's a number of different people who may be interested in buying these homes. And I'm going to get to that. But the new owner pays the taxes, and they get to keep the property. And the property person who lost that property, they have to go. They no longer own it, so they have to leave. And that is very disheartening when we get to that point. Anybody who has dealt with that, that is very, it feels shameful. It kind of feels, it makes you feel a little bit bitter. Let's just be honest. Nobody wants to lose a home, especially because of the economy and us having we're not able to pay for it because of jobs, or the income is not increasing, or you're unable to find different ways to make income. So this is a way where you can make income and help that person that has lost their home to foreclosure. So how are surplus funds created? Because after the home is gone, then what? Usually the homeowner just chalks it up and leaves and goes on with their life, feeling a little bit perplexed about everything that has just happened. But surplus funds is an asset. It means extra money. It means more money. So what happens is the government sells the foreclosed home by auction. And typically the property will sell for more than the taxes that is owed on that home. So for example, if you only owe $2,000 and they sell that, and they sell this property for $200,000, they take their $2,000 and the remainder is left over to the previous owner. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So the government sells the foreclosed home by auction. It's typically sold for a higher amount, thus creating a surplus or excess of money that is held by the government, and it's within the counties that it's done by. The surplus of money is owed to the previous owner that is listed on the tax deed. Because I'm specifically saying tax deeds, some of you may or may not know about mortgage foreclosures. And the process of doing tax lien foreclosures in surplus funds is very similar when it's mortgage foreclosures. So tax liens are much easier for the inexperienced, for a person that's looking to increase their income. With least amount of time you have to work into this business, you'll be amazed at how much time you could, an hour or two doing this, making thousands, hundred thousands just doing this because you're helping people. What happens is with these unclaimed funds, the previous homeowner does not even know that they exist. The previous homeowner rarely knows that this exists for two reasons. One, the government is not going to tell you. They're not going to reach out to you and try to find you and search all over the globe to find you to give you this money. That's not what they're going to do. The government is neutral in this aspect. So that means you have to claim that money. Although they do send out a notice of surplus funds once the house is sold, sometimes we don't even know that the house that we lost to foreclosure has even sold yet, because we have not updated our address, our information to the county for the taxes that is owed to you when the government sells the house. These are the two reasons why people don't even know. The government is not going to try and find you. They're going to send you a notice, but the other part of it is you don't even know it exists. You don't even know that's the next step or the last step that should be coming to you, and you don't even think to update your information, your address. How can they contact you? Because they send all of this out by certified letters. So that's where an advocate comes in. So Just a recap as to how everything goes. You lose the home to tax lien. You got a tax lien foreclosure, taxes, you didn't pay the taxes, you lost the home. Government takes it, you got to move. You've wiped your hands clean of it, even though you're sore on your ass because you don't even know the next part. Government sells it. They sell it for higher than you actually owe for it. And then your name is still on the tax deed, because you were the previous owner. This does not go to the new owner, the person who paid for the taxes and the surplus, meaning they paid for the home. They bought the home at wholesale or whatever the auction cost that the government chose to set it at. So now that someone has bought the home, the government sends out a notice of surplus funds letter to the previous owner that's listed on the tax deed. That's what they do. And that person is pretty much, hopefully they'll catch it. If not, you need someone that's going to find them. And that's what an asset recovery advocate is. An asset recovery advocate helps people find and claim lost or unclaimed money or property. So loss meaning that the person doesn't know, so it is kind of a loss, but it's still there in the government. They're neutral. They've already done their part. So that means you as the previous homeowner should be looking to this information now that you know, or that's where an advocate comes in and tries to find you and give you the information that you have money that's available to you that is owed to you by the government. So an asset recovery advocate, that's what they do. They help people find it, help people claim it, and they make sure that they get their money. And you get a finder's fee for that. Now, doing this job is very easy because all you need is a cell phone and a computer or an iPad. Preferably one that's got some geeks, or if you got a tablet, whichever one that you like to use, or Windows. There's so many different types of mobile devices that are out there, but you really just need your phone and a computer, a laptop. That's all you really need. And to be honest, all you really need is a cell phone. So all you need is a cell phone. This is how an asset recovery advocate works. And I'm going to be giving you some tips as to how I do it, because it's easier. I'm the only person that's doing it, and I'm coming with a marketing background. I have an extensive expertise in marketing. So I use those particular strategies that I've learned using technology to find the people, to reach out to them, and then to help them claim those unclaimed funds. So how do you get leads? So this isn't something where you have to do this frou-frou thing where you're trying to attract people. You actually go and find them. And since we have technology, and thank God for Google and YouTube, let's just be honest, let's thank God for AI, because those are tools that you can use in order to get the information you need to run whatever business that you want to. In the case of tax lien foreclosures, this is how I get leads. You can find leads on county websites in your area, or you can call the county for a list. It is free. All you have to do is go to Google, type in the name of your state, your county that you want to work with, the state, and then you would type in tax lien foreclosure list, or how do I get a free list of foreclosures in my area? This is just all you have to do is go to Google and type in one of these two. One is specific. The first one is very specific because here in Florida, where I am now, there are numerous counties, but it's good to work with just 5 counties because this is a numbers game type of business. So that's how I'm able to find the leads. This step requires research and organization. So because it requires research and organization, these are the 2 aspects. The organization comes first, and then the research comes second. So the organizing, I use Google Drive. I use Google period for my business. I have my website there. I have my email is there, and I keep all of my documents, legal forms, all of that stuff within Google. So you will be using Google Sheets or spreadsheets a lot to make sure you can organize all of these leads, because you will get a list, whether that's a digital list or a printout list that's mailed to you, and you will have to put all of that information into a particular spreadsheet so that you're able to organize and see who's responding, who's not, all of those cool things. So you can do all of this with just Google. Again, another platform that is free. You don't have to pay for it. Now, you get to the point where you feel you need to, believe it's like $72 a year to use it, but I'm going to be focusing on how you can do things like this free without using the paid aspects of everything, because it's open to us, it's open to the public. So that's the organization part. You're going to need Google, period, just to keep things organized. Now, skip tracing. What is skip tracing? Skip tracing is using public records online to locate the client's phone numbers, addresses, emails, their relatives, just pretty much talking about finding the person, period. This is what investigators use. This is also what, and I know I'm about to say, I don't care, I'm going to say it. This is what police officers use against certain people too. This is also what property managers use to, decide if they want to give you an apartment or whatever that may be. They use what is called a skip tracing method. And there are many skip tracing resources. Again, this is something that you can go to Google and you can find skip tracing by just typing out, give me a list of all of the skip tracing, platforms that I can use. And you can add the word free to the end of it. Most of them do have a paid version. All of them pretty much have a free aspect of it. But if you're really trying to search for people and get an accuracy, these are the 4 that I use. These are the 4 that I use. I would encourage you to go to all 4, well, really just the first 2, because they're free. The other 2, they're also free as well. However, the last one, that's done for you. And that's amazing for someone that doesn't have time to do this. I will be training you how to skip trace, because it's good for you to know how it's done, just in case you do choose not to use a skip tracing company to do it for you. So skip tracing, finding the person through these aspects. You got truepeoplesearch.com and you have cyberbackgroundcheck.com. I would encourage you to go to those 2 platforms and search your name. Search your name. It's important that you do that so that you know that this is public information. You can find anybody you want to in the world if they're not dead. You can find anybody that you want to. Now, is it possible that sometimes this information is not completely updated to a T? Yes, that is possible. But you never know. Some people, especially within the tax lien foreclosures, most of the leads are in their like 60s, 70s. They're older, so they're not fully aware of this, and they're also not fully aware of technology as well. So they don't even know their information is out there. So I would encourage you to check that and see that's there. And I would not recommend that you, I would not recommend that you change it or make yourself unavailable, because they're going to find you anyway. Been Verified is another one. It's also free, but the paid version is much better. This is used the most with governmental companies. And I'm saying separate from the justice system, the government itself, but mainly those police officers, property managers, the different companies that work or are contracted with the government. They use Been Verified a lot. And Intellus, I believe, but I didn't put it here because I don't use it. And then Skip Matrix. And Skip Matrix is an amazing platform because it's $15 for the platform itself to skip trace, meaning finding phone numbers, addresses of the person that previously owned it and of their relatives, all of their information 100 leads, it'll do that for you. So if you're organizing everything through Google first, you can create a CSV file, and then you can just transfer it over to Skip Matrix. They'll do all of the things. All you pay is $15. You don't have to do the skip tracing at all if you don't want to. You don't have the time for it. You're already going to do a whole lot just getting it organized and seeing all of the information through the CSV. However, with the Solopreneurs Academy, I'm going to show you how I do it. That way you'll know how to do it when the time is needed for you to do that. So this business is a numbers game. You learn to play the game of getting leads. So we've already discussed it's free. All you need is organization and to be able to do really good research using a lot of the free platforms that is right on your computer or your cell phone. How to contact the leads. So once you find them, you have them organized, you have all of their contact information, including their relatives, their spouse. Like, you'll get all of that information done for you, or you can be able to find it yourself. How do you contact them? So this is where marketing comes in, and there's many different levels of marketing. And this particular level of marketing is more close to telemarketing. But because life is different, most of us don't answer our cell phones when someone calls us. Let's just be honest. We see random numbers. I get them a lot. I'm getting hundreds of them right now. It's ridiculous, but people don't answer their phones anymore. But people still know how to read. They still communicate by text message. So contacting these leads through their mobile numbers is the best way to go. Text messaging is the first step that I do because I do not like to sit there and call each individual person. You start off by nurturing or introducing yourself first. That way, you're giving them it's like, okay, I'm trying to let you know what I'm here for, why I'm even contacting you in the first place, because people just won't answer their phones. But they also won't answer their text messages either until they're sure they feel this isn't a scam. And that means you have to have really good communication skills. Now, with the Solopreneurs Academy, I have excellent communication skills. All of us do, if you want to be honest with it. However, we still need scripts to be able to combat any objectives, or to be able to know how to get the person to trust you. Because we're in a scammers world, or time of world, I guess that's what I want to say. We're in a scammers age also, because technology has given us all of this stuff free. All of this free information. So it's so much out there, it's kind of hard to condense it down. And this is why I'm focusing on tax lien foreclosures, condensing it down. So I will be providing scripts and things like that. So contacting leads, what I do is I send out a text message blast first. Then I'll do calls and voicemail messages. Now, I tend to only call those who have responded first, saying that, okay, yeah, I want to know more information. Why are you even bothering me? I'll call those. I'll set up a way that we can, a time so that I can be able to tell them exactly what's going on. Because a lot of times they do not know. So you want to be transparent with that. So that's why I create scripts for this. I also do calls and voicemails of people who have not responded to my call or my text message. The reason why is because you want them to hear the voice. You want them to hear that there is somebody they are actually going to be working with. That is building a form of trust, which is totally different with the way that telemarketing and the way phone calls are. They're just calling you. It's a robot. That's what AI, we have AI. So that's the I don't want to say bad, but that's the least advantageous side of doing this job, is that this is what you have to contend with. But it has been much easier for me to send out a text message blast because people will read. And then I'll call the interested ones first, and then I'll call or leave a voicemail for the ones who have not responded, just to let them know that, hey, I'm not a bot that's messaging you. I'm actually a real person. I got some good news for you. So then after that, I'll send the emails only to interested people, meaning that I'll send them an intro email, making sure that they get the contract and everything, and then we start the process of working. Sending emails and SMS messages after the fact, if they just don't call you or respond at all, don't worry about it. You want to continue to nurture them until the time allowed for this is over. Depending on the type of asset you're trying to recover, I'm only speaking about tax lien foreclosures. So that means after 120 days, it's very easy to get these funds. It automatically belongs to the previous owner, regardless, as long as they claim it. Someone has to claim it. They have to claim it, or the advocate claims it on their behalf. So the nurturing sequence that I do, that's just to let them know I'm still here. If nobody has came to you about it, like, it just means that I'm trying to educate them on what's going on and what are surplus funds and why it's owed to them by the government, until they decide to call me back or work with someone else. They may choose to work with someone else that may have stepped in and found a different way to, attract that particular client. That's all good. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's transparency. And on my half, if that's a person that's training and doing that, hey, the person needs their damn money. That's what's the most important. So you can use ChatGPT. That's OpenAI is what it is. You can use ChatGPT or any AI platform to create documents, scripts, assist you with marketing. If you choose to go this alone, because a lot of us already have the know-how. We already know what we can do because we've already worked in corporate America already. We've already done the things. We already have it in us. So you can take this information and move on to the next level of it. Just use AI as your assistant for that, because it's exactly how it operates as an assistant. So this is how you are able to contact leads. These are the things that you can use to make this a lot easier for you. Again, I mentioned Google. You do that for business. You're going to need a website because, again, these people want to know that they're actually talking to a real person. This sets you apart from scammers and the bot system of the scam system, and I'll explain more on that. And then the Drive spreadsheet, creating CSVs for the skip tracing aspect of it. You do need Google for this. You can get a free Google Voice number. That's also free to you. It's free. There are other apps and platforms that you can research on. Again, Google is going to be your best friend. All you have to do is ask Google, what are these platforms? So I like Google because everything about it is free. It's only for this particular business. I have multiple Google accounts for a reason. And yes, this is what you can use to stay organized and to be able to market in this sense, which means when you're marketing, you're trying to reach out to clients and you're also nurturing those that they don't know you. I can't say if they like or not like you. Right now, they don't like you because they think you're a scammer, but you're trying to build that trust so they'll realize that you're not a scammer. You're just trying to connect them to their money. That's it. HubSpot is a CRM. CRM means Customer Relations Management. It is an app, a mobile app. It's also something you can use on your computer as well. I tend to use it the most on my computer. But when I'm out and about and I need to send out blast emails or blast text messages or a blast voicemail, I use HubSpot. HubSpot is amazing as a free platform. You don't have to pay anything. You can send out emails. You can send out text messages. You can send out voice messages. You can do all of that within HubSpot. So you can take your Google spreadsheet, download it as a CSV, and then you can upload it into your HubSpot account. So you'll have to create an account for it. It's great for managing your leads, compartmentalizing them, putting them in lists so that you're able to do automations of your SMM messaging, your emails, and your voicemail. And then there's the mobile engagement and the nurturing aspect that you can do. Now, I'm from the Wix community. I'm a Wix partner. So being a Wix partner means I taught how to design websites. I know how to do it through Google because the process is still the same no matter what platform that you use. But nurturing and engagement is what I've taken the Wix skills from that, and I've learned to place this in different types of CRM platforms, customer relation management platforms. Google can be your HubSpot, or you can use them together, but it's free to you. And then there's Reach for bulk SMM email messaging, either one of the two. I prefer that you use it really for bulk SMM messaging because it's not really great with the email aspect unless your cell phone that you are using is specifically for your business. So there are people who like to have two cell phones. I was one of those. I like to have two cell phones. One was personal and one was for my business. So I don't have that anymore. I'm totally fine with it, just my phone, and I already have a Google number. So it's free. Frugal today to feel financially free, financial freedom in the future. So how do you get the money? A lot of us have been told, I need money in order to make money. Well, if that's true, money is not just this, it's also this. It's this. It's also this. Money is time and energy, brain power, what you do, your work. What can you do? And that's what the whole purpose of training you in this aspect is, because I'm adding to what you already know how to do to be able to get the money without spending money. So Reach is a great bulk SMM platform. It's also an app. You also can use it on, you can also use it on your desktop as well, but it only works well for organizing your content and your contacts in that aspect. Now, it's only $7 a month for better options, meaning that you can really categorize your messages. It saves all of your messages so you can keep resending them to new groups that you download into Reach from your computer. It's just a really good category. It just does really well at categorizing. I paid the $7 a month for it because I'm not just working with SOULOPRENEUR'S Academy. I also have Beauty Cut Rate and also have Body Cut Rate Sculpting. So there's other platforms that I use this for, that I use Reach for. Now, there are other SMM bulk messaging platforms out there, but I'm giving you the ones, I'm sharing with you the ones that are the easiest and cost nothing. So Reach, if you want to use it free, you're probably only going to use it for this particular type of business so that you can play the numbers game, because that's really what it does, is sends bulk messages for you. And if you can send to 100, more than likely you might get maybe up to maybe 6 or 7 people. You'll be amazed. It's not a lot of people until people are aware that this even exists, but it's not a lot of people who will respond as quickly within that moment. So you've got to have patience with this business, but it's fun if you play the game right. So those are the things that you need in order to, let me go back, make sure, to contact the leads. This is to help you stay organized, because you are contacting, like I mentioned earlier, if I'm doing 5 counties within my state, that means that's 500 people that I'm sending email blasts out to. That doesn't mean I do them all at once in that day. I do pace myself throughout the week. I work a certain way that incorporates the spiritual aspect and the corporate aspect, because that's my background. So the spiritual aspect and the corporate aspect is how I prioritize my time when I'm working this particular profession, this particular type of business. So how do you close leads? So you find them, you contact them, and then the closing part, which is So easy once you get there. You'll be so happy to do it because all you're doing is sending them an introductory email and a and a contract. This is an asset recovery agreement contract. And in this contract, this is where you're going to specify what you're going to be doing. This email and the contract, what you're going to be doing, how you're going to help them to claim these unclaimed funds that they didn't even know existed from the loss of their home. And then you're also going to mention how much you are going to charge for this. And that'll be in the next slide. I'll show you what that looks like. So closing means you're sending them an email. That means closing, they say yes, they want to work with you or they want to know more information. Even if they say they want to know more information, just send the contract and the introductory email immediately. That's how you're going to close them because you're giving them proof. You're letting them know exactly what you're going to be doing and how you're going to help them. You're letting them know what the fee is. And you can do all of this through DocuSign, which is free. Period. It's free. So that's how you close. You go from finding them to contacting them to closing them. Okay? FCC. Find them, contact, close. Okay? Closing is email and your contract of what you're going to do. After that, this is where you both will be discussing how to gather the necessary documents to file the claim, and then you'll schedule a date for the notary so that you are able to, let's just say this. When you are filing for unclaimed funds, even if this person is doing it themselves without an advocate, they still need to have this paperwork notarized. Everything when it comes to real estate has to be notarized. In most cases, it does. And you're dealing with the court on this, the county court on this. So you're filing court documents. They have to be notarized. So that means you will either have to schedule a notary or you can just transfer this off to an attorney. It's easy to find an attorney. It's called Google. Find a real estate attorney or attorney that focuses on surplus funds, and they do all of that for you. So all you're doing is finding them. Finding them is what you're doing. You're going to contact them, and once you contact them, you close them, and then you do the filing or you hand it off to an attorney. You guys make sure that you partner with a really good attorney that you can trust, and that's where you'll be able to take care of the claims for each person. Now, I'm a notary here in Florida, so I prefer to do everything myself because there are people here in this world who just want to do stuff their damn selves. They just do. There's nothing wrong with being a solo entrepreneur, being the person that runs the whole entire business. A lot of people, when they do trainings like this, they're talking about having teams and there's nothing wrong with that. I have experienced that, but now I want to experience what it's like to be solo and then feed that same mindset to other people to be solo. And then we're all a freaking community, a group working together. That's how I feel about it. So this is how you close them. Schedule a notary or you send it off to the attorney and the attorney will know what to do. Yeah, I like solo too, Brenda. I like solo too. But we all still want this camaraderie though. We got to be honest. We still want that sisterhood, brotherhood, family, connecting with people that do the same things that we do, like the same things that we do, not everything, but just at least the things that are closest to our hearts. So that's why I like solo entrepreneurs. So what do you need to close? So I mentioned DocuSign. That's to be able to send out the contracts and agreements and things like that. One Notary is a platform. If you are a notary or want to be a notary, what you can do is you register to become an online notary on this particular platform. It's called One Notary. This is where you, as the asset recovery advocate, this is where you can find a person to notarize the documents for you, or if you are a notary, you use that platform in order to notarize the documents for your clients. That's why I like One Notary. It's free to sign up for it. Not only that, with One Notary, there are other platforms where a notary can get involved into, and they'll find clients for you, and you can work your own clients within that same platform. So One Notary is the one that I like because it's free. Remind you, I'm talking about free here, how you can use these tools for free. God already gave them to us. Yes. So I use that platform to take care of my own clients. Now, if you send this off to an attorney, you don't have to do anything else. They do all of that. They take care of the notary, the paperwork, the documents, and all of that. Only thing is you're both in communication to see when the claim has been paid and everybody is paid out. And then you move on to the next couple of clients that you have. FedEx account. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you are a notary, you're going to need a FedEx account. Even if you're not a notary, because you may be dealing with some clients who are not tech savvy or not, I don't want to say tech savvy. Usually some clients will come across, they're in their 70s. So they might read their text messages and call whoever they want to, and they may search on some things, but they're not really that savvy when it comes to documents and paperwork that has to be notarized, finding the right documents, them being able to view all of that. So in some cases, you might have to have this information mailed to them. So it's just a protection mechanism or a way to protect yourself just in case you come into this runaround where I've had it and you need to be able to still have some type of communication with that person and get the process going as smoothly as possible within where they are, right where they are. If they don't know a lot about technology, you're just going to have to do everything by mail, period. Not only that, you can send mailers to people who have not responded to your messages or your phone calls. You can send them a letter or you can send them a postcard explaining, just like the government does the first time, and they only do it once. They're not going to keep searching, but you can do the same thing. You'll do that by sending the mailers, and it's so much cheaper when you do it through FedEx. So you're going to need a FedEx account. Also, you may be handling these type of documents with someone who does not or no longer lives in that state or country. Because I have two that don't even live in the U.S. anymore. Didn't even know. They just left. It's like, oh, you got some money here. You want it? So you need a FedEx account so that you're able to reach those people that do not live in the same state that you are working in. And even if you are a person that works outside of the state and counties that you're working in, you don't work with where you are, you work outside, you still need a FedEx account. So you see the many different ways you can go into it. So tax lien foreclosures is all over the United States. You do not have to only work in the state that you're working in. Doing this yourself or hiring an attorney or partnering with an attorney is the best way to go. Florida, South Carolina, and Nevada do not require an attorney. Most of the other states, I'm not completely sure on. I'm still doing my research, but the first thing I wanted to research was which ones gave the lowest barrier of entry. Now, tax lien foreclosures is the lowest barrier of entry for most states here in the United States. But to operate as your own advocate and your own attorney, in a sense, Florida, it's easy here, ridiculously easy. South Carolina and Nevada. Those are the 3 states, okay? Does not require an attorney, because you can find all of the legal terms, legal information, the statutes, what the government says, whatever governmental laws that rule surplus funds and asset recovery businesses, you can find that all on Google. Just type the state. I think I have that somewhere in here, but you just type the state and that state's statutes, and it will list all of the from government agencies of what laws are pertaining to what it is that you're doing and the state that you want to work in. So this is not hard to do the research on. Google and AI, ChatGPT is going to be your best bets for this. So filing the claim is the fourth step. This is the step that you would do if you're doing this on your own. I want to share this, but this is also the steps that the lawyer would be doing for you if you choose to partner with a lawyer. And the reason why I'm saying that is some of you may decide to partner with a lawyer that is fairly new to this game, and you're kind of showing them like, look, this is how we're going to work together. This is what needs to be done. So you email the county to find out how they take claims. That's the first thing you do. So there are links to all of these government, again, Google. You want to find it, you Google it. Find out, you contact the county clerk office where you live in the county that you want to work with, and you ask them, you email them, or you can call them, how do you take the claims? They're either going to do it by mail, which you have to send the forms out to them, or you'll do it online. And everything is changing to online. Even the governmental system itself is doing everything online. Even having to deal with just everything is online. Let me just go there because I don't want to give you too much information because it's not necessarily along with tax lien foreclosures. But you email them, ask them, how do they take the claim? They're either going to say, you mail it to us, this is the paperwork you need and you mail it to us, or this is the paperwork you need and you need to go ahead and do that online. And that's fairly easy too because court records are public. So you complete the claim form. Most counties, if not all, have a claim form that goes along with the tax lien overage or surplus funds. So you'll have that automatically once you find them and go through the site and look through that person's information, their tax deeds, their property information, all of that stuff is there for them to see. And that's public record. Complete the form, gather all the necessary documents for notary. That means that claim form is needed. And there's some other stuff. I think I have it in here. Then you file the claim, however they need you to file it. But these are the documents just to do a standard claim, okay? Learning to work for yourself by helping others is financial freedom. That's biblical, and that's just human morale. We are built, we're designed to help others. That is how we're able to help ourselves. So these are the documents, and this is just for a standard claim. There's other types of claims, and there are specific documents that are needed for that type of claim. So if it's for a foreclosure, that is a mortgage foreclosure, because they didn't pay the mortgage. They might have paid the taxes, but they didn't pay the foreclosure. Yes, there is surplus in that as well, because it's the same process. They take the home, they sell it for more than what's owed on it, and then you get the owner, previous owner, gets the money. So documents for a standard claim for that is also the same too, but there's other aspects of it, and this is why working with an attorney is helpful. Or you can work with an AI lawyer. There's so many platforms that I have gone through that are free to us that you could be able to get this information. And I'm just taking all of it and giving you the nitty gritty that I know will work for someone that's totally inexperienced in this. So you need a signed agreement form. That is the agreement between you and that person that you are going to help them claim these unclaimed funds for them. Proof of identification. This is why it needs to be notarized, because they need to know you are who you say you are, not you, the previous owner, because their name is what's on the tax deed, and that's also the document that's needed as well. Then the LPOA is called Limited Power of Attorney. Now, all of these forms, I have them. All of these forms, I have them. All of these forms can be created in AI. Just saying. It can be created in AI. It's simple. So you need a limited power of attorney. The response, funds payable, meaning who is the funds being paid to? Is it being paid to that person, the previous homeowner, which means they have to pay you through a receipt, a certified check, an invoice. You send them an invoice for your fee, because this is a contingent thing, and I'll explain more on that. Or is it going to your company or to you, where you are the one that is taking the money on their behalf? I don't want to say the word take, but you're receiving the money on their behalf. You take your fee because that's what's in the contract, and you send them their money through certified check. I would not recommend that you do this as wire transfer whatsoever. Do not do that. If that happens, that means you're working with an attorney, because the attorney does all of that. But for you, you're either being paid by invoice or you're being paid by that funds payable being written to your company in your company's name, and then you make sure the money is dispersed properly. That is important that you do that. Okay. We don't want to be real scammers out here. And I'm saying this because there's people who will learn this stuff and they'll use this to their advantage, and they're riding on the backs of people that this money belongs to. And I don't agree with that. That is dishonest and it's immoral, and karma will hit your ass for it. So I'm just forewarning you. So funds payable, you get the point. You either get an invoice or you send them the check or their money. So county claim form is usually there on the site. If not, it's easy to find it. It's called Google. Deed documents showing previous owner. You can find that for them. I know how you can do that with pretty much in any county clerk office. It's all public record. It's all there once the foreclosure is there. So you'll see all of that. But the tax deed records are there within that foreclosure, within that case, to say that's really what I want to say. So deed document, previous owner, it needs to show that, okay, proof, identification, here's the tax deed document. We know this is that person. Does the county require a W-9? Because this is tax issues, not issues, this is about taxes. So you may need the W-9, or that person may need to complete the W-9. And that person, meaning they're receiving the funds, or you are receiving the funds. So most of them don't require it, but it just really just depends. So if you ask them, how do you file this claim? They'll tell you if you'll need a W-9 or not. But I would suggest that it be filled out anyway. That way you're covering all bases so that this claim doesn't get delayed and the payout doesn't get delayed. Now, does the county require a notice of surplus funds letter? That's a question to ask, but if they're asking for that, I would still suggest that you have it. That's usually with the claim form, the tax deed, and that surplus fund letter is there. Usually the surplus fund letter is sent out to the previous owner, but again, they usually don't get it or read it because they don't know what it is, or they didn't get it because it's sent to the wrong address. Maybe the address that the home they were foreclosed on, or some other address that they assume that they still live at they just assume they still live at, and that's just what they do. That's what government does. They're neutral in this sense. And we're talking about the energy of the government, because we, the people, are the ones controlling the government. Keep that in mind. So do they require that? If they ask for it, make sure it's there, even if they don't. And then there's a cover letter. And most of the times the cover letter isn't needed because the notice of surplus funds letter is there. But if you need a cover letter for it, ChatGPT will tell you exactly what to say on it based on the county that you're working with. So that's what is needed to file a standard claim, or even just filing just the tax lien, foreclosure, surplus fund, unclaimed funds for that person. This is all that is needed. So learning to work for yourself by helping others is financial freedom. I think I've already mentioned that. What do you charge? Because I'm pretty sure this is what you all want to know for all of the work that you're doing. Because you got to find the leads, and that takes some time, but it's pretty easy because, one, we have public record. Okay, we can get the list from the county. There's also other platforms that you can use where the lists are already there for you, but you have to pay for it. And that's the excess elite. And I'll explain more of that within the courses when I start really training on this step by step. But what do you charge to do this? This is contingent. Contingent means you don't get paid unless they get paid. Okay, you don't get paid unless they get paid. Now, there are times where you may do this as an upfront fee. Most of the times, these are attorneys. Attorneys do this. They have an upfront fee when they're doing these foreclosure, claiming these cases for people who have had their homes foreclosed on. They usually charge between $2,500. Well, I would say 25 is the highest a lawyer will charge for this. That's the highest they tend to charge for it. Now, when you're an asset recovery advocate, this is a little bit different because of the laws around it. You can charge between a flat fee of $2,500 to $10,000, or you can do a percentage, which that's usually more attractive to a person, depending on the claim amount. So 10 to 25% per contracted agreement. This is, again, a contingency fee. So you and that client will negotiate as to what your fee will be. You will also explain to them the amount of work that you are doing to get this done for them. Not only are you doing this on their behalf, you've already done the research and everything to contact them and let them know that this money is here for you and I know exactly what you need to get it done. Because the law says here in Florida or Carolina, so most of them here, you don't need a third party to do this. They can claim it on their own. They can fill out the forms and do everything. The only thing they'll have to take care of is a notary, right? But keep in mind, they didn't know that it existed. They don't know all of the other forms and things legally that they have to do in order to claim this money. So that's why you are charging them for it. You're doing it for them. So you can say, for example, we charge a 25%, contingency fee for we found you. I mean, we're in contact, but we have all of the forms and all of the documents ready to get started. All we need is identification from you. If you have the tax deed document with you, that's great. If you don't, we have that for you. We'll get it all notarized for you. We have attorneys that can take care of it for you so you can get your money pretty quickly. So the time frames and all of that will be explained the most within the course that the course and the training that I'm doing, but it's not the same all around because laws are different in each state. Okay, each state is different. So this is what you can charge, or you can say, okay, I'm charging 25, but if they're like, it's a little steep, like you can go, the lowest is 10. You're still going to get a nice chunk of a fee. You're going to get a nice amount of a commission from it. Because usually these foreclosures, especially taxes, they're like in the thousands, like 500,000. Just imagine 500,000. You 10% is 50. What is that? 50? Yeah, 50,000. So why not? Y'all both are. We both getting happy because we need money in order to survive. We need money in order to buy products and services. We need money because, unfortunately, as human beings, that is attached to our emotions. Money is attached to our emotions. So how about we both be happy? That's how we do that. So this is what you can charge. This can depend greatly on the amount of the claim because I have experienced some claims that were only like $1,000 and I probably wouldn't charge 10% of that. It's just kind of like, okay, I'll charge you $50 or something for that because all I'm doing is notarizing and going to the courthouse and filing it or doing it right here on my computer. So that's it. I do recommend again that you research your local laws. Your local laws that govern asset recovery and surplus fund, especially tax lien surplus or tax lien foreclosure surplus. That's the word I really want to use. So you need to look and check of that within your laws because this is something that can be done anywhere in the U.S. Period. You can choose to work outside of the state that you're in, but you need to know the laws that govern that. So I recommend that you do that. So now that you have an understanding of what the Solopreneurs Academy focuses on with this course, because I have 2 courses that I do, and these are courses I'm going to be doing on a regular basis, and then I'm building a community around it, and we are going to look at this from more of a new way to have a job. I don't even want to call it a job, but this is a new way of working together. You're independently working. You don't have to answer to nobody but yourself, but you're in a camaraderie of other people that you can choose to jump in and work with or choose not to work with for a period of time, but they still there. You can still come and get information. You get the point. A community of us doing this, and we're helping people, which ends up helping ourselves. And we're also helping each other to succeed. So just imagine the love, joy, some pains, because it's a process. Just imagine the camaraderie of that, and our emotions being tied to that part of having a job. Different way of doing it. So Solopreneurs Academy is focusing on tax lien foreclosures. It is an academy where I teach 2 particular courses. This is something that I have designed to empower you as an individual, as a solo entrepreneur. You can thrive. Keep in mind, solo entrepreneurs aren't just working by themselves. Sometimes solo entrepreneurs have partners, and their partners might be a person that's on the screen in a whole nother country. You just never know. But you are the one that is managing. You're finding the leads. You're managing how you want to operate this particular business, because you know what that one person does for all of the aspects themselves. So you can be able to delegate some of this so that you can free up time for yourself. So that's what we want. So I provide, I say we, because it's not going to be just me. I'm taking the lead. However, I'm taking leaders with me, because leaders know how to be followers. We do. Let's be honest. We do. We know how to be followers. That's the only way we were able to become a leader. We had to follow another leader, right? So we provide. That's why I'm going to say it that way. We provide the guidance, resources, and supportive community for this. That's what I want to do. We're going to grow. We're going to have camaraderie. You get the point. For those of you who know, like, and trust me, you know how I roll. But the past couple of years, a lot of things has happened in my life to refocus how I want to be able to put this out there. I've even communicated with close people that I find dear to my heart, to help me kind of pull this and figure out how I want to do this. So I'm appreciative of the people that I know and the people that I have been able to share this with, to kind of get an idea of where I want to go with it, so that it's rock solid. We have a foundation, and we can take this aspect and move it. We can use this aspect in other areas of our lives, because I'm assuming, I'm going to expect that some of you are going to learn from me, and then you're going to take everything that I've taught you, and you're going to become a leader of that information, and then you're going to teach somebody else. Each one teach one, right? Because I'm an educator. So I told you guys that I wasn't going to talk about me until the end, because I wanted you to know the information first. Because usually when we do webinars, they talk about themselves first, and then they get to the information, and they still trying to get you to, because the ultimate goal is to sell you something. And yes, I am selling you something, but I'm explaining to you what I'm selling, because you need to know if it's something you even want to get involved with. You also want to know if I am somebody you want to work with when it comes to this, even though you're doing it on your own. So I've given you enough information to take and use Google and ChatGPT to your advantage to start this business on your own. But if you feel you're not able to do this on your own, you need support, mentorship. That's where me and us come in. So about me, not everybody knows me, but for those of you who know me, I'm Nakia. Not everybody likes me, but for those of you who like me, I'm Nakia. Not everybody can say they trust me because they don't know me, but I'm Nakia. My name is Nakia. I am an educator. I am a marketer. I am a content creator. I'm a solo entrepreneur, and I'm an investor. These are the things that I do, and they're all wrapped up into one as who I am as Nakia. I'm an educator first. Okay. As an educator, I might as well just go ahead and tell you my teaching career. Well, there's two colleges that I've taught. Well, there's three. God, there's four. I feel like as I'm getting older, it's like, God, I've done more than I think I have. But at the International Academy of Design and Technology, that's called IADT, I was an instructor there, and I taught fashion design. So I'm really good with my hands. I'm really good with PR and marketing and manufacturing, logistics in the fashion world. I'm good with that. That's what I taught for 10 years at the International Academy of Design and Technology. That was in Michigan. They closed, I believe, like in 2011, maybe a little bit after that, because I left somewhere around that time. The other college that's in Michigan, because that's originally where I'm from, College of Creative Studies. That is where I taught from ages 6 to 95. I think Myra was 95, white woman, amazing actress. But I taught from a large range. And yes, they were in their categories. You got your young kids, you got your teenagers, you got your adults that's dealing with business, and then you have your older people that just need to stay in arts and things that keep them active mentally. That's what I did at the College of Creative Studies. So I taught anything from web design, animation, Photoshop, Illustrator, marketing, a lot of marketing, illustration, hand drawing, anything in the arts as far as like painting, charcoal painting. We did so much, like the arts. That's what I've taught. So as an educator, I have educated more in the fashion industry, a lot of that. And then as far as the arts and technology and websites and building on those using Adobe mostly, because that's what I'm certified in. This is what I've taught. I'm an educator. I'm an educator first than anything. I consider myself to be like Jesus, the great teacher. So that's my personal skill, career, and just who I am in general as an educator. I like to help people. I like to teach people because it teaches me. It teaches myself. So that's what leads you from being a professional to an expert, because when you're a professional, you're professing this. You're still learning. You become an expert because you've experienced it 10 times over. And this is the way how I'm able to become an expert in things, is being a professor, a professional, an educator. I hope that makes sense. So I'm an educator first. Marketing, I can market anything. Any product or service, I don't care what it is. I can market anything because marketing is a base. There's a base to it. There's steps to it. And not only that, I focus on marketing in a way where what are the strategies that can work for just about any form of business? It does not matter what kind of business it is. So I'm able to take that business and create a marketing strategy and then create the system for it so that you are able to work on that and make money in your sleep. That's called passive income in a sense. And not work no more than maybe an hour or two on that said thing that you enjoy doing. Because I like for us to make money on the things that we love doing, or on the things that we are skilled at doing that God has given us to do. So that's where we are. Hold on, give me a second. The elections, that's a whole nother topic. So marketing is me. I'm a marketer. Social media marketing, traditional street marketing. I'm from the streets. I'm not lying. I'm from the streets. I know how that works, the marketing and PR. I know how that works. I just take that information and I create my street smarts and my book smarts and I put it together. And that's marketing to me. So I'm a marketer. Content creator. I used to use the word influencer. I really don't like to use that word anymore because people are just ragging on the freaking word on influencer. Oh, you're an influencer, you think, Ella. sometimes influencers can be very entitled about things, and I've noticed that through social media. So I have changed it, and I am turning it into content creator. I'm a content creator. I have 3 YouTube channels, and these are my brands. They're me. I am marketing myself. I am an educator and I'm a marketer. And so I'm a content creator, which means I create content that educates and sells. That's what I do. And Beauty Cut Right is my first one. That was the first channel. It really wasn't the first channel I started. My first channel I started on YouTube was called Black Mamba, because that is my nickname. Because I was a stripper. So whatever. I was a stripper too, as well. So that was my dance name. I love that name. Not only that, somebody I loved gave me that nickname, and I just ran with it. So that was the actual first YouTube channel I started, and that was all on pole dancing, because I was a pole dance instructor as well. I still am, but I was a pole dance instructor, and that's what that channel was for. And then I brought in Beauty Cut Right, which was really about my natural hair and on beauty. And then we have Body Cut Right, which used to be called Beauty Cut Right Fitness, but now it's called Body Cut Right, because now I'm big on the health and wellness of the body. And I did a lot of coaching in that. I created a community that I'm just going to be honest, I miss them. I'm trying to find a way to revive them back, let them know that I'm around. I had to go through a period of, restoration in a sense, in order to get back to the people that I care about. So I created a community there with Beauty Cut Right Fitness, which is now called Body Cut Right, and everything is on bodybuilding, health and wellness, diet, just overall health of the body, and that's what I'm big on. And then here you're on SOULOPRENEUR'S Academy, so I'm about beauty, body, and brains. That's those are the 3 things that need to come together for us as women, regardless: our beauty, our body, our brains. We want those all to fit seamlessly well together so that we can enjoy the life that we're living in this particular body and avatar that we are living in. So yeah, I'm a content creator in the SOULOPRENEUR'S Academy. Because I'm an educator, this is what I do. And I like to educate the things that I am the best at, that I'm really, really good at. And it's in marketing. I'm good at marketing. I'm so happy that I know I'm good at that. And there are other people that are good at other things that you will get a chance to meet as well. That's a promise. So solo entrepreneur, yes, I am. I've just mentioned I use social media as my own business. I consider myself to be a brand. I take things that I've learned using social media, and I've been to college, so I take all of that and I teach that. I use that in order to make money for myself, and that's how I do it. I am okay with being the boss, the manager, and the employee of my business. That's what solo entrepreneurs are. That does not mean that I don't like the idea of being the CEO and then I'm hiring and delegating with other people, but that's not for everybody. It's just not for everybody. And I had to learn that the hard way for myself, because I was there, I was saying it, but I wasn't really living that life of a solo entrepreneur, because I was trying to find community, camaraderie. Let's do it together. And then I'll hire you, and then I'll pay you to do this. And it's like, no. I'd rather just teach you what I'm doing. We all do the same thing, and we just help each other. That's it. I'd rather do it that way. So I consider myself a solo entrepreneur. I am okay with being the boss, the employee, and the manager of me. That's me. And then I am an investor. So I learned how to invest in the stock market from an amazing woman. You will have a chance to meet her as well. But that's where I got into the idea of being an investor in a different sense, because investing in the stock market is profitable as it can be. It takes time. You can't be greedy. You got to learn how to be patient with how it works, and it has its ups and downs. It can be volatile. So it's an amazing thing to go into, but once you make money, I am definitely going to be helping you along with my friend. We're going to help you take that money, because this is a lot of money. You need to learn how to invest it. You need to know how to grow your money. You're learning how to make it in this academy, and you're also learning how to grow it. That's very important. So I am an investor of education, money, and community. I invest in that way. My time, my knowledge, my energy, and my money is what I use to invest into other people. Those are the things that I use. Time, my energy, my money, and my knowledge. I share that. That's how I invest into people. I just gave that some time for you to understand where that came from. But that's what I consider myself. An educator to me is an investor, because they're investing into someone, and your money, your time, your not all of that is encompassed together, and that's financial freedom. Once you get those things into balance, that makes life so much easier. So with the asset recovery and the marketing aspect, this is to give you a little bit more of an understanding of how I even got into this in the first place, especially asset recovery. So I learned about the business from my first eviction here in Florida. So during COVID, to be honest, I was banking money because I was in the middle of a business. I was running Wig Making 101. I was running Beauty Cut Right and Beauty Cut Right Fitness, because that's me. I know how to run myself and use marketing to do that. I was running all of these things during that time, and everyone's attention was on YouTube and social media at that time because we were locked down. So the business that I chose to do things online, I was banking. I'm just going to be honest. Then moving to Florida, and the reason why I moved to Florida is so personal. I'm not going to tell y'all about that. If you want to really know about that, you're just going to have to follow me on Beauty Cut Right, because I'm about to start I'm about to start sharing my story as to the move here in Florida and all of the things that I've dealt with. But I got evicted here in Florida, and it doesn't make any sense how I got evicted. I had money. But things were happening where that experience pushed me into learning about the law and the justice system. Okay, so this set me in this deep, amazing rabbit hole into the justice system. I started learning about real estate investing. I started learning about real estate laws. Surplus for all of this stuff was just coming up because I was using Google and Chat GPT in order to fight my case, because I am a pro se litigant. A pro se litigant is a person that chooses to be their own damn attorney in their own situation. And so, yes, I filed a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit against them, and I am my own lawyer. I don't need a lawyer to do it for me. They only learn processes and procedures. They're not really learning the law. You have to research the law. And this is where I understand why the Bible says my people perish due to a lack of knowledge. And for me and for my family, that lack of knowing the true sense of the justice system and how it works and operates is something that I needed to know. I lacked knowledge in that. So despite all of that happening, it pushed me into this amazing rabbit hole of the justice system. And for some reason, I have come to love it. I have come to love it, because that's the thing that's the most important, not the politics that we're seeing from President Joe Biden and Trump and Kamala Harris. Like, that's a game that they're playing that's distracting you from what you really need to know, and which is the laws. Even though they're trying to show us, like, look, you need to pay attention in so many ways, but it's still a game that they're playing, and I respect that game. I don't be involved in it, but I respect the game that they're playing, because the world we live in, that's exactly what it is. It's a school, and we are playing games, and we are being able to be kids again, but with wisdom and intellect. So that's how I got into the asset recovery aspect of it, and I consider myself to be a professional in that. I'm professing. I don't consider myself to be an expert because I haven't done it for 10 years. And this is from my personal opinion of how I feel about it. Now, marketing, how to market within this particular world of the tax lien, the asset recovery advocate, that's what I want to say. Marketing in this aspect, I learned this free way of doing things just by paying attention to social media, by paying attention to scammers. My phone is ringing like crazy. I don't know who this is that's calling me. They need to stop calling me if they're, I don't know what it is. It's probably a distraction. It's probably a spiritual distraction. But scammers, I had quite a few incidents in the past where I've dealt with online scammers and I lost. And then I've had some scammers, cell phone scammers. And I was like, let's go along for the ride. Let's see what you're trying to offer me, what you're trying to get me to do. Let's see, just so I can see the process that they use. And I understood they were using bots and they were using other people, faces, and like the psychology of marketing and all of that. I understand it. I went to school for it and I did it for a living. I still do it for a living. But I learned how to market this and any other product in the new way now for me, just by paying attention to social media, using ChatGPT, any form of AI platform, Googling things, and engaging in followery with scammers. Like when they call you, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna answer and see what happens. And you don't get an answer, okay, I know that's a bot. If they're texting you, because that's what I get more now, is text messages. And they're not even from the United States. They're from a whole other country, Japanese, China, where that's where they're from, trying to infiltrate some kind of way. That might be my negative way of looking at it, but it's the truth of what it is. That doesn't mean that you can't learn from it. So that's how I got into this new way of marketing, because the problem is our economy. We're afraid of what's about to happen. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do have the control over it. And that means we need to start looking for ways to find stability in our lives. And the easiest way and the best way from me and from my standpoint of it is to do things that are from the foundation of love. And when you do that, you're investing in people. You share and you teach them things. So that's I'm Nakia. This is who I am. So now you know me. You can decide if you like me. I don't care if you do or don't. I'm gonna help you either way it goes, because it's free. It's on YouTube. I mean, ain't that what Jesus did? I can't go to your door, so I can go to your phone. YouTube. So I don't care if you like or not like me. I don't care about that. I just want you to be just as stable as I am. That is my main focus. So being stable doesn't have to be just a me thing. I feel that it should be a we thing. It's a collective thing. So I'm doing my part in order to share, and hopefully I will be able to, glue or introduce you to other people that I look up to and that I work with and love, to help you get to other areas in your life. And I cannot wait for you to meet them. So with that said, the asset recovery business. Hold on, let me see something. Something's weird. Is that right? Yep, it is right. Okay. Okay. So the asset recovery business. So this is the part where we call it the call to action. You've seen the words or the letters CTA. This is called a call to action. Any webinar or any training that you go to, their goal is to sell to you. This is marketing. There is no way around it. This is a capitalistic society. This is what we're living in. Now, will it change to socialism and communism? It might, but we're online, and what works for human beings is our emotions and our pockets. So you have to capitalize on those things. I'm coming from capitalization of love, meaning that this is your problem, here's your solution. From my standpoint, this is how I fix the solution for myself. Now I want to help you fix a solution for yourself as well. So the asset recovery business is a course that I will be teaching. I only teach fall and winter sessions because I am still an educator and I believe in I need a damn break. I believe in all of us need a break. So I only teach the September and January. September is our fall session and January is our winter session. With that said, this is a 12-week course. This is a 12-week training. This is where I am giving you step by step, guiding you step by step to becoming successful in this business. Not only have you already learned what you can do and how you can start this business on your own, you've got enough information to do that. For those of you who are like, shit, I need help, I need assistance, I need step by steps, I need to see it. That's what this training is for. It's only 12 weeks. And the reason why I'm doing it this way, because I no longer like to just teach whatever. I want to keep things within a certain box so that it's your foundation. And then when we get into the community aspect of it, where we are helping each other and just like an online office, then that's where we can start teaching other aspects of it. But within this particular course, this is what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how to be an asset recovery advocate, step by step, and how you can get into other aspects of it. Like, say, for example, if you want to be a notary in your state, so you can work in, the counties that you want to work in within your state or another state. There's a way you could do that in another state, get notary, and I'll explain all of that. But all of the things that you need to be successful in this business, I am going to be showing you step by step, training you on it. And not only that, if you are not interested in working with the Florida, South Carolina, and Nevada, you want to work your area, that's good too, because we're all going to learn how to work each other's areas. If that makes sense. It's still the same. So I do this using an app called Band. It's free. So this is really a good app. Anything that I mention here is good for anybody that is providing a service or a product. If you are providing a service, meaning that you're teaching or you're coaching or you're consulting, because they're all the same to me, you can use the Band app to create your community, to have your community. The one that I used to use was called GroupMe. That's also a really good one. And I believe there's another one that's out there that people use a lot as well. But I prefer to use Band app because it operates very similar to like Facebook. I feel a lot weird. It feels like it operates like Facebook, so you can share videos, documents you can download from there, create schedules, do live chats, all of that stuff you can do within the Band app. So that's where we're going to be as a class and a community. That's where we will be. So I'm able to give you all of the resources, download all of the videos, the documents, and we can work together right there. The Band app originally was created specifically for people who have businesses and they have groups or their employees, and that's where we want to keep all of the communication together from. So I prefer to use the Band app for that. Zoom app or Zoom conferencing app or Zoom conferencing system, whatever you want to call it. I use Zoom. There will be weekly live coaching sessions or training sessions or guidance sessions, whatever you want to call them. They'll focus a lot on the Q&A because you're going to have questions. You might come up upon something that needs to be answered right away. So those weekly sessions will be very beneficial for us because that's how I like to communicate. The Zoom and I'll explain more so as far as the rules with that, but that's where I'm able to hear you and I can see you if you allow me to do that, because I can care less how you show up in there. I just want you to show up so you can get the information. But I'll be doing lives on the Zoom, so you'll need that app. And then I use my Google account in order to transfer all documents and things like that. Especially if for any reason that you need me to help you with a website, I can design the website for you and transfer that information over to you through the Google account. And then you are able to create or, finish up that website and then publish it for yourself. So this is how Solo Entrepreneurs Academy courses will be run. No matter what course I'm teaching, it's through the band app. I use Zoom to do my online classes in a sense, because Brown's University, and see, that's what I said, so many colleges I work with. But IADT had their online platform, and Brown's University, which was under the same accreditation, they had their online courses, and I facilitated a lot of their courses. There's one with IADT that I helped build for them. They were looking for someone to build a particular course for them. So I know how to do all of the things the old school way. And because I know the old school way, now I know how to take all of that and implement it into a new way of doing it. So Band App is it. That's our online class. Zoom is our online face-to-face class. And Google is how I'm able to transfer personal documents to you, because what's in the band app is for everybody, but when it becomes personal, I can either do it to you personally within the band app, or I can send it to you through your Google account for your business. That way you can be able to do all of the shits in there. Yeah, so that's this class. You see at the top, these are the dates that I'm going to be teaching it. It's from September the 3rd to November the 26th. It is on a Tuesday. I have not decided on the time yet, mainly because I'm pretty much open that day, but not everybody is open. So I got to figure out if I want to do it twice within that day, as far as the timing is concerned for the weekly courses, or if I want to just do it once. I'll figure that out when we get there. But and I'm being transparent, y'all, but I will figure out the timing when we get there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it once or twice within that day. My morning people and then my night people. I got to figure that out. You all will probably help me with that aspect of it. And then January the 7th to March 25th, that's the winter session. Now, there's another course that I'll be teaching, and keep in mind, I only teach winter and fall and winter. I only teach 2 classes as of right now. That's the asset recovery, because that's the profession, and then that's marketing and mobile marketing, because that is a skill that is needed in any form of business. I don't care what business you're doing, especially if you're doing it yourself. You need to know mobile marketing strategies. And when you're doing it yourself, you are mobile. You're moving around. I hope you're not a person that just sits in your house all day, like I was for the past 2-3 years, it feels like. But it's because I was working on this. But mobile marketing, what tools can you use to market? That is a course that I'll be teaching Thursdays. So that's September the 5th to December the 5th. That's a 12-week course. Same thing, January 9th to March 27th, 12-week course. Give you everything that you need in order to market any product or service. And products, you know what I mean, tangible things that you got to ship out. Services, I'm talking about coaching, teaching, consulting, educate, yeah, just said it, teaching, those type of services, or other services that you do for people. I'm not really big on services that you do for people's bodies and things like that. I believe in you need to be self-sufficient and take care of your own body. That's me, but I think spas are amazing. So I'd rather help you market that than to be a person who actually does that type of job. That's not me, but I'm fully aware of how to market in any setting or any type of business that you're planning to do. So that's where you're learning step by step how to leverage your cell phone and different tools that are free to you to market your product or service. Okay, so this is perfect for beginners. It's also perfect for people like me who know marketing and been doing marketing for years. You're probably going to see it from a total different point of view, from Nakia's point of view, because moving around, I like freedom. I'm a Sagittarius, so freedom is big to me. And I like to be able to move around and still be able to help people. And everybody's attention is on their cell phone when we're talking about marketing. And if you're talking about the streets, it still works. It still works. However, everybody's attention is on their phones. So that's where I'm going. Same thing, taught the same way. I use the band app, Zoom for weekly classes, and Google account to transfer personal stuff to you that you need for your business or that you need for your business. That could be a product or a service. So those are the 2 classes that I'm teaching in the Solopreneurs Academy. I'm pretty sure you're probably wondering why it's spelled SOUL, and I'll explain that in a second. But I want to get through the parts that I'm like the most happy about, like this part here, the referral opportunity, because being an expert in marketing means you need to be put in situations where you are experiencing the things, experiencing how to do something. And I think that this referral opportunity, I feel this referral opportunity is a good way to not only help guide you or teach you how to do it, but you get paid to do it. It's very similar to the, what do you call it, multi-level marketing, MLM or MLS, multi-level sales. It's very similar to what we call the pyramid scheme. That's what we want to call it. And keep in mind, I just said that I follow social media and I pay attention to scammers, because the way that they do things, we can leverage it and transmute it into better, into good, into helping people, not necessarily finding a way to separate them from their money, because that's usually what scammers are doing. Their job is to separate you from your money. So referral opportunity means I will pay you to do this for me, not to teach it, but to bring the awareness to the people who probably want to do this. They might want to do this. They might want, who doesn't want to make money? Who doesn't want to do something that makes them feel like a professional or an expert, that they're making good money on their skills or something yes. This is a side hustle that is a business for me, because social media is my first job, but something that I can do, taking the skills that I have and be able to make money off of it. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? Who wouldn't? So if you're sharing this with someone else, family, friends, I don't care. You get them to register and they get this information. We've all just invested in each other. You invested in them by telling them, they invested in themselves by getting a class, and you invested in yourself again by me giving you, I'm investing in you by giving you the information and the training and giving you the money to bring people for me to do the same thing to them. Exactly the same thing. So we're going to do this as a crowdfunding type thing, but it's a little different. So I hope I'm explaining it right. I hope you understand what I mean by it. But this is how I want to operate as an investor, because my time, my energy, and my money and my knowledge is what I am circulating, in hopes that you will do the exact same thing. And let's see how the past life economist, let's see how well she does with this. I want to do it this way, and I'm paying you to help other people. So this is how it works. Because it's a 12-week training investment, I don't call it a course anymore. It is a course, it's training, but you're investing in yourself, okay? You're investing for the camaraderie, you're investing for the knowledge, the information, and you're investing to be guided in the way that you need to. This helps you, but also understand that it helps me as well. It helps me as well because I'm making money doing this, teaching you, and from you investing in yourself. So now it makes me have to give you this product, my knowledge, it makes me have to do this. And it makes me an expert because I'm constantly teaching it. So this is how I look at it from an educator's point of view, and hopes that taking this and giving it to you, and you look at it from that same point of view within your own business. Or if you choose to do this exact same thing and teach it to your own family and be your own, trainer for your own family and friends. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's too many people already doing it on YouTube anyway. It's enough to go around. So my 12-week training courses, I either do a $97 a month, and it's only for 3 months because I do not like monthly subscriptions anymore. I don't like them, so I don't want to give them to nobody else. So we're only going to do 3 months because it's a 12-week training, and I think this is an easy way for people to get in and get what they need at a fraction of the cost, because education costs. Okay, somebody providing you all of their skills and knowledge, they can do that for free on YouTube, but trust me, you're not getting all of the real nitty gritty of what and how they do things unless you are in a training session with them. And that's the same thing for a person who went to college. It's the same mindset. It costs to be trained. Schools nowadays don't teach you how to do this stuff. People who used to do this stuff, who used to teach, need to be their asses on YouTube and start sharing their wealth and their knowledge. And I'm starting to see more older people doing this, and I think that's necessary. It's great. We need much more older people on these platforms teaching us their wisdom. So I charge $97 a month for 3 months only. That's it. It's the first of the month that this comes from. That way you know exactly when it's coming out, and then you don't have to worry about paying. All you have to do is focus on the job at hand, or the career at hand, or what I'm training you with at hand. Or you could choose to do $197 for a one-time payment. Okay. There are webinars that I have attended. There are actually physical webinars that I've attended where they have done, they offer their training courses at thousands of dollars. There's Real Success is one training course that I went to, me and my husband went to for a weekend, and that was on real estate wholesaling, because my husband is more interested into the investing aspect of real estate, the wholesaling. I'm more interested into the surplus funds and REIT stocks, real estate investing stock. You know what I mean. If you don't, you'll find out in the course. But this is what the cost is. They tend to charge the thousands for this information, and I just don't see that being, I don't know. I don't see it helpful to people. I'm the person that, I'm like Jesus. I want to go for the people who are like, I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got thousands of dollars. And even if I did, I don't even know if I want to spend that much to learn something new. I'm being transparent. I think I want to make it more affordable for people instead of in the thousands of dollars for it. Now, will it come to that point for me at some point in time? I'm going to be honest. I don't think so, because I'm really more concerned about the people that have the least advantages. I don't see anything wrong with that. You can't have least advantage. I mean, you have least advantages. The only way to get you to have more, somebody got to make it easy for you to get into it. But my time is valuable. It's extremely valuable. My worth is a lot higher than what I'm asking for. But my worth is not predicated. Is that the word I want to? It's not based off numbers. It's not based on costs. So I think this is just easier for people to get into. So 12-week course, doesn't matter which one you choose, because I have the Asset Recovery Advocate, and then I have the Marketing 101 for just about any business. That's $197 one time, or $97 a month for 3 months, and that's pretty much it. The referral commission is a little bit quicker, because I want to get money into your hands quicker, especially if you are sharing this with your friends and family. And I will definitely make sure you get all of the scripts and things that you need. Is free, just so you can share it to other people and get them to sign up, because you're going to have your own referral code. So referral commissions are paid a certain way. So if a person that you refer decides to do the payment plan, you get $25 referral commissions from that. I transfer that through whatever method you want me to. I don't care if it's Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, I don't care. I'm immediately transferring it to you on the 27th of September. That's my final offer. But that's what I'm going to do. So anybody within that time frame, it does not matter if they choose to do the winter sessions. Say, for example, they don't sign up for the September. They sign up for the January. It's before September the 27th. So anybody you refer and they sign up before September the 27th, you are getting a $25 commission fee for each person. If they choose to do the one-time payment, which is $197, you get a $50 referral commission for that. And that's paid January the 24th. That is for the second set. This means after the fact, after September the 27th. So, for example, if someone chooses to sign up for the January in September, you're going to get that commission in September, period, because it happened before the registration closing date. And I'm not giving a registration closing date on here because it's pretty self-explanatory. If I start on September the 3rd, you pretty much need to be registered and in to be ready for it. That's being respectful of my time and your time and money. So this is the referral commission. I'm going to always be doing this. I like this method. It makes me smile to come up with this. I thank the universe and God and angels and everybody that helped me get this idea out, because I want to do things a certain way, something different that not only attracts people, but it also helps people at the same time. So what other way to do it than to pay you to find people who are in need of more money and want to work at-home job that they can make money in their sleep and enjoy their time, enjoy their family, or whatever it is they do, and make money off other products and services. So this is how the commission fee or the commission or referral commission is done with me. Yeah, there we go. I like it. So how do you register? How do you get started? Because we right on track. We at the end. We're almost at the end here. Visit the website. It's been changed. It's called soulopreneursacademy.org, O-R-G. So to be more so of an organization. At some point, it's going to switch off into being a foundation. But baby steps. We're starting right here. Because I don't know who else is trying to be an educator, and I'm trying to be an example and show you how I'm starting from right here. And this is step one. So I have my website. My website is on Google. It's a Google website. It is under a domain name. You see soulopreneursacademy.org. That's what I chose to use. You'll go to that website. You'll register there. There'll be a lot of buttons that say start registration here or get started here, or should I just show you? Yeah, but yeah, here we go. Let's add this to the stage. This is the website. Everything designed, customized using two things, Google and Canva. And me, of course. But when you, oh, wait, I have to come here. There we go. So when you get here, you'll see registration today or register today. You'll scroll down. I have frequently asked questions, like you can get the answers to that, what to expect. It's very simple. I don't have a lot for you to have to read through. It's very straight to the point. And then this is where it says how to get started. Same thing. You click the registration button. You're going to fill out a Google form. It's a Google form where I'm asking you specific questions. Because you are a student and you are registering as a student, because I am an educator by nature, I still do things like a school, like an educator. So there's questions that I have to ask you in order to make sure that I tailor what I am teaching to your specific needs. I can take everybody's differences and pull it into a collective, and I'm able to personalize. I'm good with that. So you pay the registration fee. You can choose the monthly or you can choose the one-time fee. If you want both classes, they're in there for $2.99. If you refer somebody and they choose both classes, doesn't matter which session that they choose, winter or fall, you're going to get $75 commission fee off of that. So that's what you do. I will send you all of the links that you need to get into the band app, help you with the Google account. I will help you after that. I'm in now. I'm in your messages, and I'm guiding you through the steps to get started. So that's how you can get started. And then you see here, I do have a video explaining the the referral. I have a video explaining the referral opportunity. So, and it explains even more for those of you who find someone that wants both classes, because I'm doing both. So maybe you want to do both. Maybe you already are in the middle of a business that you want to know more on how to market that, and you want to add some more income to yourself by being an asset recovery advocate. And you want to add some more income to yourself by actually doing marketing things, by, you know, referring someone to these courses, and the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. And the beat go. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I like that. So that's where we are. Okay, let's put it here. Back to stage. So that's what you do. Now, this is the time I'm opening up for questions, and I'll provide as much answers as I possibly can without giving you too much, because let's be real, I want you to be in the course. That's my goal. Everyone in business has a goal. So, and I'm being transparent with you as to how I feel about why I'm choosing that as a goal. But I definitely can answer any questions that you have. You probably feel like you've gotten all of the answers that you need, but I'm going to check and see, because you just never know. Hey, everyone. Oh, Brenda on here. Hey, Amira. Okay. So let's start with, I'm going to go backwards. So let's start with this question. So just so you know, this is how you're able to contact me, okay? This is my Google number. This is my business number. This is what I use. I am able to receive phone calls. I'm able to receive voicemail messages because it's my business number, because I pay for it. But you don't have to pay for a Google Voice number, for those of you who may not know. But that's what this number is. I respond to text message fairly quickly, mainly because I like to read. I'm moving around. I'm doing stuff like, I ain't got time to, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't time to talk to you, call you if I'm trying to do this with my other businesses. But within the band app, that's a total different story, because now you're paying me for my time and attention. So it's a big difference. But this is how you're able to get in touch with me. If you're unsure as to how to get started registering, I can guide you through the steps if you need me to. But this is where you can contact me at. Text only, please. And please also understand, I'm only one person, and even though we're using our cell, I'm encouraging you to use a cell phone to text me. You got to give me 24 hours, the least of 24 hours. That's the least, even though I do respond fairly quickly, because I don't like for people to have to wait too damn long, because I don't like waiting that long. But still understand, I'm one person and this isn't all I do. So I may not respond as fast as you need me to, unless the way that you put that text message is like, look, I need an answer right now, for real, because I got something that needs it. And if I can do it, I will do it. So please understand it. Be understanding of that. Be empathetic of that, because it's going to be the same for you if you choose to do your business the way that I do business. So this is how you can contact me. So there is a question that I want to answer. This is the solutionist, Miss Brenda Warren. She's an amazing person. She is the reason why you are seeing Solopreneurs Academy. She's a big part of the reason why she has a book out. So what am I doing for you, Brenda? I'm doing something for you. What am I? I'm being a podcaster, so I'm like, I'm being your advertiser. I'm advertising you like in the podcast. But she has an amazing book. It's called The Tapping Method. That going through that book like 400 feet times. I don't even have a number for how many times I've been through both of her books. And this is what helped me to kind of pull together how I wanted to do this. It's also the reason why mine's Solo Entrepreneurs, this is why you also see SOUL for soul. because we both understand that soul part of us, and that's how we communicate. So, Brenda, thank you for being in. Thank you for joining us. Why do I like brand better Facebook? Like band better than Facebook? Oh, good question. Why do I like band better than Facebook? God, I have so many reasons for it. So how about we start with this one? Smart people in business understand exclusivity. Exclusivity, is that the word? Being exclusive. And as an educator, for me, in my experience, that's exclusivity. You're in a class, you're in here. I understand that Facebook is a social media platform, and that social media platform can be exclusive because you can make it private. However, it's not private to the people who actually run it. They can see all of that. Not only that, I have heard and seen people run into scam issues dealing with social media platforms when you're doing business with Facebook. So will I ever create a Solopreneurs Academy Facebook page or group? Yes, I will, but I will not be teaching or educating or helping. I'm not going to do me in that platform. I only use social media for content creation. I only use social media to market. That's all I use it for. Not only that, Facebook, because I'm a marketer, that means you have to understand how people use social media platforms and how people are paid through these social media platforms. And Facebook, the mindset of people is all over the place. Facebook is really just for friends and family for me. And that's kind of still how I look at it. So I don't see it as being exclusive for what I do. I see it great for marketing, but I prefer the Band app because I can do the things like Facebook within the Band app with the protection that I'm looking for. And the protection I'm looking for is I don't need Facebook knowing everything that we doing. I don't. That's just how people have been dealing with businesses. Coaches and consultants that I have been in their webinars and things like that, they have mentioned that, and a few women have shown me how it has actually happened to them, and like it sucks. So that's why I like the Band app better. It's all on its own. And Facebook if I use Facebook, it's distracting because you're going to Facebook to come to my class, but it's very easy. It doesn't matter who you are for you to get distracted through Facebook because your friends and family are on there. So that's why I like the Band app better than Facebook. I hope that answered your questions. Yes. Yeah. Okay. She answered it for me. I'm promoting her. I'm promoting her. There's also another. There's three other young ladies that I'm going to be promoting as I'm building content on YouTube for solo entrepreneurs. I do have a TikTok channel for Solopreneurs Academy, but I don't post a lot on that one because of the economic situation we're dealing with when it comes to digital. And I can explain a little bit more on that in another video. I really want to do that in a total separate video and showing you what I've experienced when it comes to that. But it's just because I'm a little bit older. I was raised and taught by baby boomers, and the millennials helped me with the I'm a Gen X, like I'm a latchkey kid. So we're hard workers. Like that group, that anybody from the 50s all the way to the 80, yeah, we hard workers. So we still kind of do things the old school way, and exclusivity and ownership is really important. But for the safety of my students, I'd rather it be on the Band app. I'd rather it be on the Band app. Let's see. Any other questions? Oh, this is so cool. All right. Well, I hope I answered it. So tomorrow, I will, let me close this out. Cool. Tomorrow, same time, you can check on the YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube and you're just kind of watching it from, because I know some people I've sent it to you by text message, because it's me demonstrating and showing how I do things. It's the same strategy, it's the same system, saving you, yourself, time, energy, money. That's a system. I use the same system. Doesn't matter what type of business that I am doing, because I don't just do it for myself. There are some private companies that I do it for, but I don't like to talk a lot about that because nobody cares about that. They don't want to know who you're working with. They just want to know what you're doing. So, but wait. Let me get my bearings back. So tomorrow, same time, on the Solopreneurs Academy YouTube channel, the Mobile Marketing 101 training is going to be happening at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Some of you who may not know me, I tend to communicate all of the time zones in the United States. So when you hear me say a time, I'm always going to put Eastern because that's where I'm at. But when you see it in writing, I will show you Post Standard and Central Time. So that's how I communicate, because that's how the social media streets work. That's how digital streets work. Yeah, that's how we do it with time. So it'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be teaching and training on mobile marketing, and I will be definitely, you want to have a notepad for that one, a paper and pen for that one to write this stuff down. But keep in mind, it's on YouTube, it's live, and it's going to be there, so you can always come back to this video and that video as well to learn all of the things that I'm going to be training you on when it comes to the mobile marketing. Now, as far as the course and everything, it's the same pricing. It's on a total different days. You've seen that already within here, within the training. So I encourage you to come and join that one too. I'm going to be doing quite a few free trainings for the next couple of weeks. Well, probably for the next week, I'm going to be doing quite a few trainings on there. So I'll be inviting you either by text message or you'll see on social media. And I will be talking about those things, how to market using your cell phone, and email marketing, and S&M bulk marketing, and website building, and how to use social media as advertising, as marketing, instead of just consuming content, because we are doing a lot of consuming, but we ain't doing a lot of creating. And some of the stuff I see on social media, they're just creating chaos. But unfortunately, some of the chaos is necessary because we need to see the truth about things so we can make the right decisions. And that's what helps us grow as human beings, and we gain wisdom from that. So I hope that everything that I have shared with you in this training was helpful. Hi, Myra. Okay. Okay, cool. We watched the video. Okay, cool. I see. I love that she has I am on there. But I hope this was helpful. Please rewatch it. Come back to it as often as you can. You already know what I want to say. Here, let's put this back here. You already know. Let's remove this and let's add this. You already know how to get in contact with me now. If you my peeps, you got my personal number. That's how you contact me. You my peeps. That's how you contact me. But business stuff or anybody else, that's the number. That's the number. Even my peeps can contact me at that number too. It kind of helps me to know, okay, you're asking me a question pertaining to this about business. I can answer you from here. But you my peeps, you know, you got my number. You got my number. But this is how you are able to contact me if you need to. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you watch it from beginning to end. Have paper and pen to write it down. I don't know. Share it with somebody. That's what I'm hoping you're going to do. That's how you're going to get the referral fee as well. And I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to that video. It's on the channel. You can go to that video. You can go ahead and have it notify you, a bell, whatever. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. It's been growing, even though I haven't been on it as often. But God said it's time. So I'm here. Thank you for listening to me. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.